What is going on, family? I appreciate you guys taking the time to sit with me today, because today, guys, I want to talk about social anxiety. Do you deal with social anxiety? Because I know for myself, dealing with social anxiety is something really big for me, something I've been dealing with for the most part of my life. And so I want to talk to you guys and let you know how, a few things that actually makes social anxiety worse. Okay? Because when we dealing with social anxiety, guys, we try to avoid situations. We try to, avoid them at all costs, because our anxiety level rises so high that, we can't deal with the situation. So I want to talk to you about, 3 things that make social anxiety worse, and what you can do to, to try to get rid of that social anxiety. I have a couple of things that I personally do, but I want to give you guys a technique that that you can actually do, to try to ease yourself away from that social anxiety feeling when you start to have it. All right. So stay tuned to the end. If you enjoy this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it if you think that somebody else can actually benefit from this. Okay? Because what happens is, people who suffer from social anxiety, that social anxiety disorder, because that disorder is real. Okay? It is very real. So, but people who suffer from it, guys, they become really skillful at avoiding things. Okay? And they start to develop these avoidance behaviors. I know I did, and I'll share with you, some of the things that I actually did. But guys, what happens is it's a natural reaction, to something that, what it is it's a natural reaction to something that actually feels bad. So they do whatever they can, whatever it takes to avoid those situations. Guys, unfortunately though, what they're doing is actually reinforcing that behavior and actually making it worse. So here are some common avoidance behaviors. So listen to these things that I'm about to share with you, and see if you are trying to minimize your exposure and feeding that beast. Okay, we don't want to feed the beast. Okay, because all it does is makes our life worse. So the first thing is basically total avoidance. Okay, guys, some experts say that, avoidance is one of the biggest obstacles people with social anxiety face. Because, true avoidance means, doing anything. I mean anything not to face that whatever situation that person is fearing. That can range from, not attending parties or refusing invitations to go to parties to, changing jobs so you don't have to give a presentation that day. Or even, some people have even dropped out of college because they were having that social anxiety and couldn't deal with the situation at hand. So that is basically total avoidance. When we totally avoid things, that just makes the situation worse. I was one that, I did all of these things. I would avoid, I turned down invitations to parties or, gatherings, because I didn't want to be in a crowd of people, because once I was in a crowd of people, it just really, my hands would start sweating, and I'm shaking and my heart would beat fast, because I was so uncomfortable in that situation. So number 2 is basically partial avoidance. Guys, partial avoidance is really a less obvious behavior, because basically you still seem to be participating at what you're doing, but you're also keeping yourself safe. Okay, and these kind of behaviors can include like sitting in the back of a room, keeping your eyes lowered and looking like you're, absorbed with something else, or absorbed with taking notes, or whatever the case may be. Protective body language, like crossing your arms, or avoiding eye contact, not wanting to look a person in their face, not wanting to make any kind of eye contact. The next one is daydreaming. We'll sit there and daydream so that we won't have to be present in that situation. And this one, like drinking and taking drugs. Guys, I was a big one to avoid, situations by drinking. I'd use that as a crutch. So, it happens to people. It really does happen to people. But that was my escape, which brings me to my next number 3, which is escape. Okay, guys, this one right here is not surprising, because people use this escape method as a safety valve for anxiety. And it's just like partial avoidance, where you seem to be participating, but it really gets to the point where your stress level just gets too much to bear and you just have to leave. Okay, this sort of behavior really includes, like, let's just give an example of like leaving a party or a gathering early because you can't take your anxiety level is so high that you just want to get out of there. Okay, or pretending to get some kind of urgent message so that you can leave a meeting, or even hiding in the bathroom. I don't know if you can relate to any of these things, but these are things that that people with social anxiety do. But the good news is you can do something about it. So what can you do about it? Well, while these kind of behaviors, these avoidant behaviors, they help you in the short term, they because they act as a reinforcement, and they reinforce your vulnerability. So they keep you in this hypervigilant state where you are constantly looking for danger or a fearful situation. All right. So avoidant behaviors really keep you stuck right in the middle of social anxiety. They stop you from, trying and failing, but they also prevent you from working and succeeding. So, it's like a double-edged sword there. So you won't learn how to overcome your fears or learn that you're pretty good at something unless you overcome these things. So and if you never speak up at like business meetings or class or whatever situation that you're in, all of your good ideas that you have, they're going to stay in your head. When you can actually speak up, release those ideas because your ideas are good. Okay, and let's just look at it this way: if you hide your light up under a bush, you will never get your chance to shine. So why not speak up? All right. So here's an easy technique that can help you start overcoming your social anxiety, and this is like a 5-minute strategy. When you feel the urge to run or avoid something, to run away or shrink down and, not want to be seen, give yourself 5 minutes. Okay? I'm sure you can pretty much do anything for, 5 minutes, right? I'm sure you can. So the next time that you're feeling like that urge to run or that urge to avoid a situation because of your social anxiety, just give it a try. So guys, remember, give this a try and just be kind to yourself and encourage yourself to take it easy, because you can get through this. All right. Now, this is one of the things that I did, gave myself 5 minutes and to see if I could actually stand that situation. And the more time that as time went on, the more time I could stand in that situation. All right, so you build up yourself over time. If you can't do 5 minutes, start with 2 minutes. All right, build yourself up to 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes, and so on and so on. But another thing that that has helped me, overcome some of my anxiety problems of my social anxiety, and when I get into large crowds is, I began, taking CBD oil. That was one of the things that really helped me, along with this 5-minute strategy, is basically taking CBD oil. I take 6 drops up under my tongue twice a day. And so I've noticed a very big difference when I'm in a crowded room, because, before, when I was in a crowded room, I would, like I said, my palms would get sweaty and my heart would start racing fast, and I just could not take it. I would have to leave whatever room I was in. There was a situation where I was in a restaurant and it was just so packed, and my anxiety level went through the roof. And so what I had to do was I had to get out, because I couldn't, it was like I felt suffocated. I felt I couldn't breathe. And so I just had to leave that situation. But after I started taking CBD oil, what I did, because I wanted to see if this would actually help, I intentionally put myself into a situation where I knew my anxiety level would skyrocket. And I was just so amazed at how calm I was, how I, stayed in that packed situation and I was calm. So, those are the 2 techniques that I have actually used myself: the 5-minute strategy and taking CBD oil. If you ever have any questions, give the 5-minute, even if you do not take CBD oil, and give the 5-minute strategy a shot. Give it a try and just see for yourself. Build it up over time, so that, you can stand in a situation longer. So give yourself some time. Just try that 5 minutes out. And if you haven't tried CBD oil, and if you want more information on this, feel free to, leave me a comment down below. Shoot me an email, whatever you need to do. But these are the techniques that I have actually used to ease, my social anxiety. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, please give this video a like if you got some value from this. Share it if you know someone with social anxiety and they're trying to overcome it, or they're struggling to overcome it. And, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. All right, guys. So hope you guys have a blessed day. It's our time to be free.